Hey guys, iRacer here. Thanks for joining me. Welcome to another one of my videos. Turns out I'm on the top 10 board for the Sardegna Road Track C for manufacturers for tomorrow. So I thought I'd better do your track guide. So from now on, if I ever do happen to get onto the top 10 board, doesn't happen very often, especially this close to the race, being the day before, this is probably the last opportunity I've got to do this video. Here we go. From now on, I'll do track guides when I get on top 10s. Okay, so I think the best way to do it is probably just to walk you around the track, and then I'll show you a fast lap, and we'll probably try and see if we can get a low 55, try and see if I can squeeze a 55.2, probably get a 55.3. Pull out the ghost, fastest ghost for that one. Then I'll show you the replay of the fast lap that I got from a couple of different angles. By then I would have explained it all, and you should be able to pick up a couple of tenths or something like that. There'll be a lot of guys that know this stuff anyway, and I'm sure that they'll probably still watch just to see if they can see something. Let's start. Like I say, I think the best way to do it is probably just to walk you around to start with. Now I notice being in the middle of the track here and then bringing it right over, gassing out of there in third, nice and smooth. We'll get to that one last because we've still got the braking point. And yeah, setting up. So setting up for this one, aiming for the 100, and I'm bringing the wheels over onto the blue stuff and keeping the outside wheels just sort of a little bit on the road. Bring it back to third, and like I say, braking just after the 100. Doing all my braking and everything on here, and then I'm using the corner of this blue stuff to guide me in. Want to get all my braking and everything done by about here. Okay, just touching the edge of this little ripple strip here, and then rolling the power on smooth. You notice most of the power is right at the end of the accelerator. Okay, you're going to hit fourth about here, keeping it close to the ripple strips. You can touch them if you want. You'll hit fifth somewhere there. Okay, now we're going to put our wheels on the ripple strip. I would brake exactly at that 50, brushing off. So we're in fourth here, or we're in fifth. Back to fourth, braking, brushing off about 90% of your speed. You can use that cone as a guide to turn, or you can feel it in yourself. And like I say, you brake 90%, but then the last 10% you sort of trail brake in, and then you want to hit the gas early. As you're coming out, it's going to want to come right over, but see if you can miss that. Keep it wide. You'll get to fifth. Hit the strips. Aim for this one. Aim for this one. And brake just before the cones. And bring it right over. Nice and smooth on the accelerator. Now that's one thing that I noticed that you can pick up a lot of time on, actually, is nice and smooth on the accelerator instead of just smacking it on, which we tend to do under pressure. Now you want to keep that gas on just a little bit around there if you can, because as you roll the power on, it's always better to have the gas on just a little bit rather than just rolling it on from no gas. So you know, just that little tiny bit you see on the gauge there, if you can. The way to do that is to get all your braking done before you hit the corner. That's the one thing with this game you'll notice is that the exit speed is where you do really pick up a lot of time. Okay, let's do a fast lap. Okay, this is the top 10 replay, 55 to 10. Okay, aiming for the board, 100, and braking just after. Looking in here, keeping a little bit of gas on, and then rolling it on smooth. Alongside the ripple strips, just try and get in the groove there alongside them. Looking ahead, now you want to brush off 90% of the speed that you need to at the cones, and then trail brake in. Hit the gas as soon as you can. Try and keep it off that ripple strip too if you can, it slows you down. Keep it wide, drop it in over the top of these two ripple strips. Aim for this one, aim for this one. Brake just before the cones, keep the car in the middle, that's for the front wheel drive. Bring it over, and yeah, you will lose time if you're wider, so try and get on the gas there as smoothly as possible, as early as possible. And with the cones, you're probably going to want to remove them for the race. Find another braking point or get used to the braking point, because the cones do tend to wreck races. Okay, we're going to have a look from this angle because I think it shows you exactly where the wheels go. I caught a little bit too much of that ripple strip. Probably a little bit too much of that one. That was good. Okay, over the top of these, 90% of the speed that you need coming off, then trail braking in, keeping, as you can see, a little bit of gas on. Keep it in the middle here or a little bit wide. Drop it in over the top, you could probably catch a bit of that ripple strip. And there, keep it over the top of these two. Brake before the cones, in the middle. Now if you're in a rear wheel drive, you might tend to use a little, you'll be wider there, you'll tend to use a little bit more track before you bring it in. Now if you need more help with this, or if you just want to have some fun tonight, I'm holding a lobby at Sardegna at 6 o'clock. A great crew of guys that love racing, they're good drivers and love talking about racing as well with you, so join us in the chat box as well.